Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to Storytime with Grandma Pat. Today, our story is going to be There's a Nightmare in My Closet, and it's written and illustrated by Mercer Mayer. Okay. There used to be a nightmare in my closet. And here's the little boy, and he's sitting in bed, and he said, There used to be a nightmare in my closet. Now I wonder what happened to that nightmare. Let's see. Before going to bed, I always close the closet door. And why do you think he closes the closet door? Because he thinks there's a nightmare in there. I was even afraid to turn around and look. So he would close the door and he would walk back to his bed, and he was afraid to even look back at the door. And when I was safe in bed, I'd peek, and sometimes he would peek from under the cover, and other times he would just cover his head up because he was so afraid. And one night I decided I'm going to get rid of that nightmare once and for all. And here he is. He's in his bed with his toy cannon and his toy gun, and he's got his hand on the light to turn the light out. Now let's see what happens. As soon as the room was dark, I heard him creeping towards me. Let me hear you creep. And that's what that nightmare was doing. He was creeping towards his bed. Once more. And let's see what happened. Quickly, I turned on the light and I caught him sitting at the foot of my bed. Go away, nightmare, I said. Go away or I'll shoot you. And here he is. He caught the nightmare sitting at the foot of his bed, and he told the nightmare, Go away or I'll shoot you. And what happened? Let's see. He said I shot him anyway. And my nightmare began to cry. Let me hear you cry. Ooh, 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 ooh. Well, that's what that nightmare was doing. The nightmare was crying. And the little boy said, I was mad, but not too mad. And here he is. He's looking at that nightmare. Nightmare, be quiet, or you'll wake up my mommy and daddy. And he wouldn't stop crying, so I took him by the hand. Ooh, ooh, ooh. The nightmare is continuing to cry. Are you crying with him? Ooh, ooh. And let's see what happens. He took the nightmare by the hand and tucked him into bed. And here he is. He pulled the nightmare over to his bed and he tucked him in. That big old nightmare's in his bed. And I closed the closet door. So he walked back and closed the door. Remember, the nightmare's in bed with him now. And let's see. I suppose there's another nightmare in my closet, but my bed isn't big enough for three. And here he is. He got in the bed with the nightmare and he and the nightmare both fell fast asleep. And what do you know? They're sleeping, and there was another nightmare in his closet. And he's looking out, and he sees the one nightmare in bed and the little boy, and they're both fast asleep. And that's the end of our story. The little boy realized the nightmare was as afraid of him as he was afraid of the nightmare. And they became friends. So now the little boy is not afraid that there's a nightmare in his closet because there's nothing to be afraid of. All right, boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed our story tonight or today. There's a nightmare in my closet. Thank you.